on some fucking Little League match. Just screaming at your fucking monitor at little Timmy to fucking round third base. That's a rush. That's a fucking rush.
After that, several countries blocked 1xBet, but couldn't stop it. 1xBet set up hundreds of mirror sites to redirect its users around the restrictions to its main site. 1xBet also took bets on some amateur sports, mainly soccer. But in 2020, when the pandemic shut down all professional live sports, it added a lot more. Some were normal, others were bizarre. But at the time, they were the only live sports you could bet on. Reporters at Yasemer were among the first to investigate these fake competitions, but they wanted to know more. Where are they? Who are these players? And is any of it legal?
So each episode of Search Party requires a really tight workflow. That's how I go from.
Dude, whether or not it's legal is kind of funny, because if you're the type of gambler, like if you're gambling on the NBA Finals because you like one of the teams or whatever, well, I'm not condoning it, but I get it, right? Whatever. You're just gambling on a game you're watching. But if you are willingly gambling on two Russians in a warehouse playing soccer, you don't care if it's legal. You are beyond caring whether or not this is an above the board transaction. You are now, you're cooked. You just need something to, it's not like you're like, oh my God, this is illegal. Oh my God. Oh, dearie me. I'll take my money back then. You don't care. That is so far beyond.
From idea to reporting to scripting to editing and animating. And there's a few ways that AI has actually made it quite faster. And I want to share those with you today. But I do all of them inside Notion AI.
Check out Notion AI. Check it out.
Use it to train enterprise. And I love it. Notion AI today. Thanks again for their support. And now we'll get you back to the episode.
We can find just about anything. The Russian Secret Service, the poisonings in Salisbury, the MH17 crash over eastern Ukraine.
Ross Higgins works at Bellingcat as an open source investigator, meaning he uses publicly available services like satellites, leaked databases, and even good old Google Maps to find stuff out. In 2023, a Yasemer reporter named Philippe Auclair asked Ross for help locating the live streams.
I went and met Philippe in London in a pub, and about 4 hours later, I decided that I really wanted to do this.
Over 24 hours, Ross and his team downloaded hundreds of live streams off 1xBet, then scanned them for clues.
What we're hoping for are tons of banners, player names on the back of shirts, any little hook to give us a clue where we can narrow it down.
Some, like the ads surrounding this 4x4 soccer game, were easy because they're in Russian. Ross's team uploaded a screenshot to the Russian search engine Yandex and did a reverse image search, which turned up this photo. These roller doors match. So
That's
do these
hype.
windows.
That's hype.
And
That's
these
hype.
graphics match those in a social media post about a children's soccer game.
Holy shit.
Confirmation that this sports betting farm is at the Alexander Stepan Football School in Bryansk, Russia.
We figured out it was kind of curtained off into 3 sections because balls were being kicked into other people's games and stuff, and all of a sudden a 2-year-old just toddles on to that pitch.
Shockingly, 1xBet didn't offer any bets on him. Ross's team used this process called geolocation to link these banners to the Mordovia Sports Complex in Saransk, this mural to the Savoy Arena in Kyiv, Ukraine, and this tennis court to the Avant Club in Minsk, Belarus.
Okay.
Thanks to this Vince Carter mural, it only took me 10 minutes to confirm that the Canadian Beavers were playing the Chinese Dragons in St. Petersburg, Russia. But not every game had easy clues.
That is where the Canadian Beavers would play. Go Beavers! Take down those dragons.
So Ross turned to the 1,000 volunteers in Bellingcat's Discord channel for help. One used these discolored tent panels to place a soccer game at a venue in Moscow. And another used the time, date, and direction of these shadows to place this cricket match somewhere in Western India.
some people are just really talented. They're able to find clues that other people don't pick up on, which is what we're all about, really.
Ultimately, Bellingcat linked games to 16 venues, mostly in Eastern Europe. Not so surprising because 1xBet was founded in Russia, but strange because it's banned there. Things got more interesting when they looked into the players.
It is like a rainbow maneuver.
This floorball team and this super intense tennis player seem to really care, but most, like my favorite sub-soccer player, don't. Some seem exhausted. One referee was too careless to call this blatant carry foul. It's probably because they're at their jobs, or more likely their second jobs. Philippe Biasima
Bro, he's not too lazy. They don't do that in the NBA. That's the NBA does that. You can make it. It's just a double Euro step, dude. They do them different in Russia.
reporter tracked down a Russian man they called Dmitry, who said he was hired to play football at one farm
Let
for
the
about
boys
$30
play.
US a day. He played 6 or 7 games in a shift that lasted from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m., but quit after just
$30 a day is $30 a day for 6 games? That's terrible. That's horrendous. It's huge in Russia? I can't imagine that's huge. If he's quitting in a week, it doesn't seem like it's huge. It's like $5 million in Russia.
a week.
Generally speaking, we're talking about people who just want a job for
I mean, I played basketball for 5.5 hours yesterday. Played a long ass amount of basketball, and nobody from Russia paid me shit. But I did illegally bet on the games, and then I elbowed Aiden really hard so he would drop the ball so he would lose because I bet on the under for his team. Is that a crime to defraud your friends for money, or is it just fun times?
a few weeks. It sounds like a lot of fun, and I guess for some of them, the reality hits home fairly quickly, and they don't last very long.
Dmitry said games were scheduled around the clock, 7 days a week. And Ross's team counted 1,297 short football games over 24 hours.
That's
That's
crazy.
nearly 500,000 games a year of just short football.
That's crazy.
Dmitry also said he was instructed to never
Dude, they're so not into it. That's funny. They're like just so over
score
it.
more than 5 goals in a match, and believed some were totally fixed.
Do you have any sense that these games are rigged?
I'm not sure exactly what the purpose of rigging these games would be so much. What we've been told is that the main purpose of these games is that they're just a very fast turnaround. And it's just this relentless grind to get as much cash out of you as they can.
What's wrong with that?
It's possible that not every player is being paid, though. Bellingcat traced this floorball game to a Russian website that listed the players' ages as young as 14 years old. And I noticed these
He's
volleyball
not getting
players
paid?
look pretty young, too. A Sports Illustrated report says South Asian people are commonly trafficked into Russian cricket leagues. But it's difficult to find out more because
What?
these players don't work directly for 1xBet. Instead, they work for a handful of companies that organize, stream, and license these games to 1xBet. Many of which are also
Can I get my Age of Empires ladder grinds on 1xBet? Like, you don't even have to human traffic me. I'll just play the games and I'll win and lose every 20 minutes. People can bet on it.
based in Cyprus, making it really hard to judge whether or not they're doing things legally.
These are companies that kind of exist in the shadows. In order to catch them out with anything, you'd have to see what the rules are. In
Yeah, he's
any
already doing
particular
that. True, I
jurisdiction.
guess.
Is a grey area, basically.
Okay, so we've established that 1xBet is making a ton of money streaming these maybe illegal, definitely half-assed amateur games. But I still find it hard to believe that many people are actually placing bets on them.
It's not about the betting on this stuff, it's any content converts.
Ismail Valley monitors the illegal gambling industry.
What?
He confirmed that these amateur games generate only a small number of bets, and that 1xBet makes less than 10% profit on them. But 1xBet hosts them because they're really good at grabbing people's attention.
Oh,
a lesson the
interesting.
company learned during the pandemic.
So they started looking for other content, and what they came up with
So, in a way, they're so weird, people talk about them, or in fact make YouTube videos about them that constantly reference the name 1xBet, which acts as a free ad, so that 30% of people in this chat end up on 1xBet gambling by the end of the fucking week.
was crazy things like snail racing from Vietnam. And then they found people were clicking on it on social media and betting on it too.
Videos of obscure sports played
Dude.
well on social media.
It is fucking hard not to want to bet on snail racing. Fuck. That is just a good marketing funnel. Don't fucking do it. It's entirely designed to take your money. You will be poorer and broker and sadder. But my God, does it sound fun to bet on snail racing? What if you pick the right snail?
Too. And by taking bets on them,
I actually did this. I was at the Renaissance Fair and they had turtle racing. I bet on a turtle $20, and my turtle was the only one of the 18 turtles that didn't move.